Help! Something is wrong in here! You know adenosine triphosphate, the energy molecule your mitochondria make. Well, what most people don't know is that ATP is also your cell's emergency distress signal. And when a cell is in danger, it releases ATP into the space around it. And that ATP is basically your cell screaming, help! Something is wrong in here! And in trauma survivors like you and I, that signal is going off continuously, okay? And this is called purinergic signaling. And it was discovered by Geoffrey Burnstock. I might have butchered that. Geoffrey Burnstock. Give me some patience with that pronunciation. Who spent 40 years proving to a very skeptical scientific community that ATP was not just energy fuel, but a full signaling molecule in its very own right. Yeah, 40 years, bless his soul. So think of it like this. Imagine that ATP is like a smoke alarm in your cell. In a healthy cell, the smoke alarm only goes off when there's actual smoke, which makes sense. There's a real threat and ATP releases, and neighboring cells and immune cells, they get the signal, help arrives, and the threat's addressed and the alarm resets. But in trauma survivors, yay, where chronic cortisol has been stressing your cells continuously for years or decades, like myself, 3 decades, creating oxidative damage and impairing your mitochondria. So that smoke alarm is going off continuously. And it's not because of an emergency in this moment, but because the cellular environment has been in low-grade stress for so freaking long, and that the alarm threshold has dropped. And now research from the University of Queensland, they published in 2023, they found that elevated purinergic signaling is directly associated with CPTS symptom severity. Yeah, another marker we can figure out. And that P2X7 receptors, the main receptors that receive this distress ATP signal, they are significantly upregulated in immune cells of trauma survivors. Yeah, which means that the immune system is receiving more distress signals and responding more intensely to each one at the very same time, y'all. No wonder why we get all whibbity-bibbity. And this is one of the mechanisms behind chronic immune activation, the chronic inflammation, and the mast cell hypersensitivity, MCAS. A lot of you probably have that, like myself. We keep coming back to that as well. One distress signal, multiple symptoms amplifying it. Magnesium, this one we keep coming back to again, y'all. This physically regulates the purinergic receptor activity, and ATP release is directly reduced when the mitochondrial functioning improves, because healthy mitochondria keep ATP inside the cell where it belongs. So get some magnesium glycinate, breathe in through your nose for 4, out for 6 to 8. And I just want you to say that my cells are allowed to stand down. The distress signal can quiet now. Because long exhales, they lower our cortisol, and cortisol is part of what is keeping those cells in the low-grade distress in the very first place. So your cells were not overreacting. They were screaming the only language that they have, and now you know how to help them be quiet again. Remember to follow along for more and comment below what topics you would like me to make a reel on for you next. Have a fabulous day. Happy healing. Bye.